Hello everyone, now the weather's got a bit warmer, I'm back in the shed. Welcome back to Retro for You. Today we're going to be diving into the world of the MiSTer FPGA, a fantastic device that brings retro gaming and computer to life with incredible accuracy. We'll build the system, install some cores and test out a mix of classic games and demos. So without further ado, let's crack on! As you know, owning and repairing original hardware can be a real labour of love between sourcing parts, dealing with failing components and modding systems to work on modern TVs. It gets very expensive fast. And that's if you even have the space for multiple retro systems. Look behind me, I'm just full as it is. You might think, why not use a Raspberry Pi with emulators? And while those are great for some people, there's just something missing. It doesn't feel the same as original hardware. It's difficult to explain. I did try this and I didn't get on with it really. I didn't fully understand this difference until I got the Analogue Pocket for Christmas. That thing blew me away. It recreated the experience of original hardware so well it's hard to believe it's not. The MiSTer takes this to the next level, and it's like having a full lineup of retro systems in one device. It connects straight to your TV with no hassle. So today we're going to build one of these from the ground up, set it up and put it to the test. So for this build I'm using a Qmtech board, which is a clone of the DE10 Nano by Thoracic. The DE10 Nano is a foundation of most MiSTer FPGA setups, but as you might know it's become incredibly expensive and difficult to find. That's why I went for this alternative. The main difference between this and the QE10 Nano is the Qmtech board has a memory module soldered directly on the board, which makes things a bit more cost effective, I guess. Functionality is designed to do the same job, and for this project I hope it's going to be a fantastic solution. It's good now that there are some clones coming out. There's also the MiSTer Pi, which of course I couldn't get hold of as well because that was sold out. And also this, the Qmtech, was really hard to get hold of, but they are out there and they are coming back into stock, which is great news. Looking at this board here, let's just have a look at the connections. You have a LAN, a full-size LAN, you have a USB there, a little micro USB there as well, or mini. The SD card slot is there for the SD. You have the power input there, a HDMI, and this here is a fan header. They have this little fan here that will stick on top of the main FPGA here, the arm, and also that will plug on to that header like I just said. Now I've got a bag of bits, which is mainly headers and screws and some buttons. I have a case that requires assembly, which is here. Now the strange thing is I seem to have two tops. Now why that is, I don't know. I guess it's because it's a clone, but that looks quite simple to put together anyway. And the last piece I have is this here, which is like the header board or the output board or USB board, whatever you want to call it, and it's got an array of connections on it. It's got a USB 3 port there, another 4 USBs there, another SD card slot, another header there, I guess for another fan. There's a switch here as well, which I don't know what it does. There's a VGA port there as well, which supports RGB as well, and also an audio out socket there as well. So on the other side, underside, there is a battery there, which I guess is for an RTC, which I haven't actually got to test. So without further ado, let's crack on and get this thing together. So what we're going to do now is we're going to install the software. Now I think looking online this seems to be the easiest way. It's called a MiSTer Fusion, and it is an image that you write to your SD card, then put the SD card into your MiSTer and away it goes and sets up. So I will put the link down below to this website so you can go along and download this if you're setting one up yourself. So all you need to do is go to the latest one, which is version 2.9. Just give it a download there, and it will download. Next thing is to just copy that image onto the drive. So all you need to do is open Win32 Disk Imager, point it to the right image, which should be on my desktop. MiSTer Fusion image there. You have to make sure you extract this first, of course. Point it to the right drive, which is my H drive, and then all you got to do is to press the button write. And it'll say yes, it will write all that, and it's as quick as that, super fast. So all that's left to do now is to put that into the MiSTer and let it set up. So we're just about ready to put the SD card in. Please be aware you do need an internet connection. I've got the LAN plugged directly in here. You can run a USB dongle, there is some which are compatible, which you can plug into there and then you can set up via a script. So what we're going to do, we're just going to put the SD card in, then we're going to plug this in, and hopefully we shall see some life. So there you go, it's going to be installing now. What it should do is it should set up and it automatically restart, and then you should run something called update script, I think, and that should hopefully install all the cores. So now we're at this stage, I think all we need to do is to press the user button, maybe not, the on-screen display button then, the middle one. Go down to scripts. I'm using a wireless keyboard at the moment. Do you want to continue? There's always a warning. Yes, and click the update button. And this should run the MiSTer downloader and install all the available cores. Just like so. Now, you can add extra cores. I will add the Amiga core, etc. You can just download them, copy them to your SD card in the cores, but this will do your primary setup. Also your ROMs, etc. you need to source yourself as well and copy them on here as well. So now you can see the gist of this running. I'm just going to leave it, probably cut the video short now to when it's set up. So as you can see now, I've set up. Now, as an example of the cores that are on here, if I press arcade, we've got alternative and organized 1941, 1942, 1943, and we're just going to try and play. Let's say 1940XX, because that's one of the later ones, wasn't it? Hopefully you should see it loading, and it should play as it did in the arcade. So you can see, I haven't actually configured these joysticks, but they seem to be working. So we'll select the plane and off we go. The sound's spot on, the graphics are spot on, it's just running really nicely. Look at that, excellent or what? So that was my super weapon. But like me, if you're a fan of these shoot 'em ups, then this is the best way to play them. Forget MAME. This is so much more fun. I don't know what it is about it. Like I say, it's just I can't explain until you've actually used one of these MiSTers how good they are. Now, I heard Captain Commodore going on about these a lot. Check out his videos. He's done a lot of videos on these MiSTer hardware. I was thinking, no, he can't be right. They can't be much different than emulation, but believe me, they are different. They just play so differently. There's no input lag for a start, which you don't really think you feel on emulation, but you do when you start to do this. And when you play again on something like this, you will notice a difference straight away. So I've just died again, so we're just gonna quit that game out now. We'll go back to the menu. So the next thing I'm going to try is the Amiga core, which I really wanted to show you. So we'll load this in. And you can see now that looks really nice. And we've got on here the Mega AGS. Now, one thing I know from personal experience, there's a demo called State of the Art that a lot of these things struggle on. Well, especially the emulation things like the Pi and the Mini Amiga, etc. You don't seem to like State of the Art. So what I'm going to do is run State of the Art on this and just see how it runs, because I do like that intro anyway. So we'll go down to S. Exactly, and then we'll just go round to State of the Art. Can I see it? Am I being blind? There it is. So we're just going to run that now and just see how it looks. See there, that is running lovely. As good as real hardware, I'd say. For me, looking at that now, I can say I'm using a real Amiga. Well, I'm not. I'm using a bloody MiSTer. So again, we reset that. So we've cut the music and you're enjoying it. And we'll try something else. Let's try a console. So again, you got Amiga CD32 here, which is a new one. You got the Atari 2600. You got the Game Boy, the Game Gear, the Coleco, the Game Boy Advance, the Mega Duck, the Mega CD, the Mega Drive, the N64. So we can try the N64. And I know also this week there's been news that the Panasonic 3DO has had a core release. Now, it's not running everything at the moment, it's running just a few games, but this is how they tend to start. The N64 one, apparently, that came out last time, did not run much at all, but now apparently it's running 90% of the games. So we're just going to try, let's try something that pushed like emulation. Let's say Mario Kart, if it's on there. There you go, Mario Kart. So we'll run Mario Kart because I know this is a problem for emulation again. There's a few glitches, etc. And you can see straight away, it's running so good.
Welcome to Mario
Play if
Kart.
we can.
Mario Grand Prix.
Yeah, I'm wimping out, I'm going 50cc. I'll just go Mario. It's only to just see how it runs.
Man.
You can see at the moment it's running well. Now you can run original controllers on this as well, which is great. You can buy all the adapters and you can plug in the original hardware. So you can play the original Strange Mario controller. So just trying to figure out the keys and off we go. And you can see, look at that. Smooth as butter. these things really are the way forward. If you can't afford or you haven't got the space for the retro consoles, but you want to still play these retro games, then I suggest this is the way forward. I mean, I'm loving mine already. See there? So that's, like I say, Mario Kart. It's not glitching, it's not slowing down. It's running like I'm using an N64, apart from the controller. I'm using the Xbox One, which is probably considerably a lot better. But off we go. Let's try something else. Now, the Sega Saturn, I don't know whether that's going to work or not. I don't know whether I've got any games on it or not. Now that, I know, was a difficult one for emulation, and emulation still struggles. But apparently 90% of these games are working on this again, or maybe more than 90% now. Now, I'm not quite sure how to do it. I presume I have to load some sort of BIOS or something, so we'll just try that. Now, we've got something up. And then I guess I need to insert a disc. Trying to find something that I know. Vampire's World Tour. Now CD BIOS not found. I don't know what that means, but it seems to be loading, doesn't it? Maybe. Maybe not. Game disc is unsuitable for this system. So, let me just have a look. See that region there? Region Japan. I need to perhaps change that to Europe. Now, how do I reset it? Do I just press play? That's playing music, isn't it? I'll tell you what I do. I just reload the disc. That didn't do anything. Here's a restart. Reset. So let's just see if this loads. Obviously I'm new to this, I will get used to it. Hopefully it will load this time. Look at that. So this again, like I say, seems to be running really well. And this MiSTer, apparently for running the Saturn, you're best with a double memory. Now I can't double the memory up on this one, unfortunately. But I'm just hitting loads of buttons at the moment to see what buttons do what.
While it's true that there have been no serious side effects,
I mean, Sega Saturns themselves cost about half the price of this MiSTer. This MiSTer here costs, I think, about £120, something like that now. So, I mean, that is running brilliant. I'd say I'm playing this on a Sega Saturn again. There's no slowdown, everything is running nicely. So there you go, there's another core, Sega Saturn. Something that I know emulation does struggle with. What am I doing here? Assume Rampage was you smash. I'll just hit somebody. Smash all the windows, don't you? Does it get that building first? Now I can get rid of this. Oh, I've set my foot on fire. It's quite funny actually. How do I get up there? Can I go across? Oh, there's some guy there shooting me from the window. Just blew his roof up. So, yeah, there you go. You can see that does work well. Now, I'm just about to end this video in a minute anyway, because I want to go and take this MiSTer to my front room and have a good play in it. But as you can see, there is loads of stuff onto it, and it's growing all the while. People are using them all the while. It's just getting crazy the amount of cores that are coming out on it. And if they ever fetch a more powerful one out, who knows what they can do. But at the moment, if you want loads of machines, let me just run this here. This is Lee's favourite, just for him. Amstrad 128. I know he loves these things. No, he hates them really. So, I shall see you in the outro. Hi all, and thanks for watching. Now this is my opinions on the MiSTer FPGA. It's an incredible way to relive the classic gaming and computing. It's cost effective, well it is now, compact and hassle free, making it perfect for those who love retro systems but don't want the headaches of maintaining original hardware, trying to get them work on modern TVs. Now I've really enjoyed building this. It's really easy and testing it out, and I'm going to be using it a lot. I mean, it's going to be plugged into my TV. Most of my consoles will be going away now and I won't be using them. If it wasn't for Captain Commodore, a big thanks out to him, because he's the one that fetched me onto these things. Without him, I probably wouldn't have known about them. So that's why I thought I'd do a video on my opinion, and my opinion is they're great. So if you're new here, then drop a comment down below, even if it's hello, and also don't forget to hit that like button, it helps the channel. Also check out my YouTube buddies, they are down below as well, they do great things. You got Captain Commodore, go check out his FPGA videos. He's been into this FPGA lark for a long time, a lot longer than me. Also check out 8-Bit Retro Refix and Joseph Retro Bits. They're all great people, we get on well together. We do a live stream at the end of every month. And also check out our Discord, you can come along and have a chat to us all. So that's it for now. I shall see you next time on Retro For You. See you soon guys. Bye.